It's January, almost February 2024, and this morning we're going to talk with Gale Collins. And basically I asked Gale to come because on the mountain, or the bald spot in Nipigon, is a big cross that is lit so many times during the year. And I think it's important, Gale, that we know the background of why it happened and how it happened. So your husband George is the main one, but he said that Gale has to do the talking. So that's why you're here, Gale.
He said he's not public relations.
Yeah, you are. That's perfect.
And he also said people like me better.
Anyway, give us some background to it.
Well, 2008 was when things first started because George put a big star up there, a couple stars up there for the grandkids they could see from their window on Greenmantle. And what happened, people really seemed to enjoy seeing something up there. So that's where it all began. Now, 2012, we had an idea to put a cross up there for Good Friday, for Easter. And Deacon Dave came and blessed it. George built a big wooden cross. Deacon Dave came and blessed it, and the kids at George O'Neill and at St. Ed's all signed it, and their teachers, whoever wanted to sign it, they all had signed their names on the cross, so it was really nice. So it was put up there on a tree. Lo and behold, one day the tree fell down and broke. And
so when you had the first one there, I forgot, was there lights on the first one, Gale?
No.
Oh, it was just a wooden cross.
Just a wooden cross
that was
there,
up
yeah.
there, and you could see it from below.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And one of the nicest things, the most encouraging moments, was we went up there one time and the kids had left rocks with prayers on there for their families and for all their family members. And it was 2018 when the wind blew the cross and the tree down. And we had a little bit of vandalism up there at first, but that seems to have faded away now. We don't see any vandalism at all anymore, which is a good thing. But on August the 8th, 2019, we all went up there. You were there, Glenda. There was a bunch of us went up. That was when the big steel cross was erected up on the bald spot. Someone had suggested putting it there. So that's where it went. And George got some help from Dingwell and Thunder Bay. I think they even gave him pro bono some things that he didn't have to pay for because it was for the cross. And it was Peggy Dupree went up with us, and she was the first one to start the new cross.
Start the lights on it.
Start the lights. She plugged in the lights.
Right. So tell us, though, why Peggy was doing it. How did it evolve?
Because it became known as the Deacon Dave Community Cross in honor of Deacon Dave.
Any reason why?
Because, well, Dave was really in favor of it, and he was the one that started the first thing with the cross. He blessed it and everything, and that was one reason. I guess George might have had other reasons. I don't know for sure.
Okay. But Deacon Dave was well known in the community for his activities.
Oh, yes. Deacon Dave was loved by everyone.
Right.
And he didn't care if you were Anglican, Catholic, Pentecostal, whatever you were. He didn't care. He treated everyone the same. He was well respected in this town.
Right.
I'm getting choked up.
So I'm just trying to think now. You put lights on the steel one, and it was run by generator.
Run by generator. They go up on Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays and light it up, winter and summer. And I've seen them go in some blizzards when I thought there was no point because you couldn't see it anyway, but they persisted. He's got a couple of helpers, Eric Hodbeth and also Andre St. Denis. They go and help him. He's had other helpers over the years.
Alvin did sometimes.
Alvin did. Sometimes he'd go up. And Don and I forget their last name, Louis, that were, I forget their last name. Anyway, they said they'd do it, but then they ended up moving and they never stayed in town, so George had to keep doing it.
So they're carrying the gas up to run the generator to light the cross.
Yeah.
And we need to clarify that the cross can be seen nearly from all over town.
And from the highway.
Plus the highway.
Yeah.
So people going by on the highway can see the cross.
Yes. And we've had so much support from the town and everybody that it's just a thing that just escalated. We have 740 members currently, and it's growing. George says, Nipigon liked the idea from the beginning and it's still here and growing because so many in town and the area supported it, and they still do. We have members from the East Coast, West Coast, U.S., and even one in Hong Kong. How that came to be, I don't know, but they're a member of the Deacon Dave Community Cross, so people can sign up. It doesn't cost anything just to be a member. So, yeah.
And the fact is that the cross now is lit in memory of people. So either you or George have on Facebook who
Yes,
it would be
that's
lit
my
with.
job. That's where it comes
that's
in.
right.
We put the name of whoever requested to beside the name, and the request for people that have passed on, and it's lit. Well, we're booking into March right now, and we even have some for next year because they want a certain date for when their loved one passed on.
Oh,
So they asked me to put it in for next year. So hopefully we're still here and we can do that. There was also, members have approved 2 agreements. One was Holy Saturday. It's going to be for past Residents' Day, for anyone that's passed on. That'll be lit on Holy Saturday, which isn't one of the ordinary days for the cross. And members have approved an agreement with Lake Helen Reserve for an orange light on September the 30th, or National Day of Truth and Reconciliation also.
Oh.
So those will be lit special for those days, and it's been agreed by everybody.
So I see a blue color sometimes up there.
The blue color is for the people that have passed. If he's had red for Good Friday,
Oh,
he's
I
had
see.
Easter Sunday, but the blue is always means that somebody passed. Sometimes we have 2 because they request 2, but
Right.
he's only got so many blue light bulbs. But that represents that they've passed on.
So now I see a Christmas tree.
Well, he started a few years ago putting a Christmas tree, so he had some kind of a system with a computer that would shut off and on and would do the tree for an hour, the cross for an hour, tree for an hour, cross for an hour.
Okay.
But and he put one of the big stars on the tree and lit it up. And it doesn't light as bright, but people have commented and enjoyed it, so we've
Right.
done that. I don't know if he'll keep doing that every year. He's not sure. So, because it's just a lot more work too,
Right.
to put the lights on. and
That's
that.
kind of neat, though. When Christmas comes, the month of December, you can see the tree up there,
Yeah.
which is cool.
Yeah.
Right. Because most people can see it from all over town,
Yeah.
and the cross really shows up because he put in different lights, right?
He did, yes.
LED lights,
I think so.
and
Yeah.
so it's really bright now.
Yeah, and the LED lights, one time I think Roy Manella gave him a whole bunch and didn't charge him for them. We've had a lot, like I say, a lot of support from all factions in town. It's been really nice to know that everybody loves it, and we haven't had any negative.
Right. And now, who put the bench up there, Gale?
George put the bench up there, and that was a bench that I believe Jan Maynard had, so he had a name on there for Vern, in memory
Okay.
of Vern Maynard. He put the bench there so people could sit, but somebody took the little plaque off it,
Oh.
but it was for Vern Maynard.
But it is nice that there's after you
place to
climb
sit,
up there,
yeah.
you've got a little place to
And
sit.
he's still waiting, Township. He'd like a big garbage can like they put on the corners. They gave us one, but it was just the regular garbage can so people take it or throw it or whatever. But if we could get one of those big industrial garbage cans up there that he could, so people don't leave a mess.
It's a shame, though, that people can't take their garbage down with them.
Yeah, but a lot of people don't. They throw it around, so then when they go up, they can throw it in the big can, and then he would take the bag down.
Right. Well,
So-
that's a shame.
So hint, hint.
Yeah. Oh, maybe somebody will donate one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that pretty well wraps it up for me,
Yeah.
Glenn, unless you have more questions. I can't think of anything else. There's probably all kinds of things, but
Right. I just think that it's important that we get that little bit from you, Gail,
Yeah.
about how it started,
How it started.
and why it started, because we don't know how long it's going to last. We don't know how long you and George are going to still be
gonna last.
going to look after it type
Yeah.
of thing, and how long as volunteers are still going to be able
Exactly.
to go up and down
Yeah.
the mountain. So I would think that even anybody wanted to volunteer,
Yes.
To
He's
do the-
hoping to get some younger, able-bodied people to volunteer and even take one day out of those 3.
Right.
and go and do it, so it makes it lesser for the same old guys
Right,
because
right.
not getting any younger.
No. What's the trail like right now up there, as George
There's
said?
2 trails. The long one is easier. The shorter one is a little bit rougher.
Right,
so you'd have to
right.
be really careful.
Right.
You know.
Well, thank you very much. I know it's just a short one, but it's important that we have that information recorded. And once people get to see this, you'll maybe get a little bit more feedback from it. And that's good. That's good.
Feel free to join the Deacon Dave Community Cross site. And,
How do they do that, Gail?
They just go on Deacon Dave Community Cross and it shows you there. You can just join.
On Facebook, right?
On Facebook,
On
right.
Facebook. Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, very good.
Okay. Thank you very much for your
Thank you for your
Thank you.
time.